Hello, universe. Welcome to my world. Angelina Jordan burst on the international scene after her performance on Norway's Got Talent of Gloomy Sunday.
Sunday is gloomy, now was I slumberless.
That was broadcast in March of 2014, although it was recorded in the previous November. But what about all of Angelina's performances before then? Gloomy Sunday was not the first record of what we have with Angelina singing. The family have been very wonderful to document Angelina's performance from a very young age, and we have a lot of material. And that's where we're going with today's video. We're looking at a panorama of her performances from before NGT. Today's video is not solely down to me. It is a collaboration with Most. He has given me the idea for doing this video about her performances before NGT, and he has also provided me with all the links. 2013 was a very busy year for her. Almost every performance we will see today is either from late spring or summer from 2013, several months before her actual recording and almost a year before Gloomy Sunday was broadcast. Many of you will be familiar with Angelina's performance of Hurt in the studio when she was 7, but there were also other performances as well. First, we will hear a bit of a studio performance, then a bit of an a cappella performance, and then a performance where she's singing in front of a very enthusiastic audience.
Seems like it was yesterday when I saw your face. You told me how proud you were and what to be. If only I know what I know today. I will hold you in my arms. I will take the plate away. Thank you for all you done, forgiving your mistakes.
Angelina also has done many performances of Rolling in the Deep, age 7, before she sang Gloomy Sunday. For those of you who've seen Born to Sing, we have the famous clip of her age 5 in front of her toys. She also performed the same song in school, and you can actually see the surprise and delight of the teacher hearing the song. And then she's back in the same studio for the third clip.
There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch, just bring me out of dark. Finally, I could see you crystal clear. Go ahead and tell me I'm a hundred, babe.
Next, we will hear Angelina's version of Bang Bang. Here she is 7 years old in the studio. This is probably the only performance where she appears most amateur. And then she's doing a very personalized performance audition for Stevie Van Zandt. He is a famous record producer. He's worked alongside Bruce Springsteen in the E Street Band, and he is a personal friend of the family as well. Here he is seen in front of Mary's painting posted in August of 2013. And he also expresses his surprise that Angelina has chosen this song to sing.
Bang, bang, you shot me down, bang, bang. I hit the ground, bang, bang. That awful sound, bang, bang. My baby shut me down. Season came and changed the time. When I grew up, I called him mine. He would always laugh and say, remember when we used to play bang, bang. I shot you down, bang, bang. You hit the ground, bang, bang. That awful sound, bang, bang. I used to shoot you down.
Did you pick this song? It's your favorite song?
But one of the first performances that we have of Angelina singing age 7 in the spring of 2013 is when she sang Someone Like You.
Settle down and you found a girl and you married now. I heard that your dream came true.
Also around the time she sings One Moment in Time for the first time. She's covered this much more recently and much more professionally to a much higher standard.
Each day I live, I want to be a day to give the best of me. I'm all I want, but not all. The finest day is yet unknown.
And Angelina was at the opening of Mary's art exhibit, and here she's singing the only ABBA song that she has covered, I Have a Dream. Very unusually, she is accompanied only by a cello. I have not heard vocal plus cello before. It is a very unusual combination.
Makes it purple pushing through the darkness. Still another night. I believe in angels. Something through it, everything I see. I believe in angels. When I know the time is right for me, across the street, I have a dream.
I like to end videos on the high point when I can, and the high point today is Ground Zero. We're going back to Angelina's very famous performance when she was 18 months old. Now, many of you will have seen this performance before, but you may have only seen the 10 or 15-second version. Actually, there's a TikTok performance of her performing in the crib, Whitney Houston's I Will Always Love You, which is several minutes long. I've done some editing where I only have Angelina singing as opposed to the moments where she's put the microphone down. This is absolutely adorable and it's very unusual. But there are other things going on which are really important. One, the fact that she's 18 months old means that this is so foundational to her consciousness. It is at such an early stage that it's hardwired into her at a much deeper level. It's like the difference between being a world-class tennis player or chess player, whether you start at age 4 or stage 8. The earlier you start, the more it's in your marrow. And 18 months old, it's incredible, not just from the technical point of view, but for the implications of how deep it goes into her being. And something else, which for me was a major piece of the puzzle falling into place. When we hear this 18-month-old performance, she's being prompted to sing, probably by her mum, Sarah, But Sarah herself has said that when she came home from work, Mary had been looking after Angelina and she found them doing this and she simply recorded it. And so the boundary between Angelina singing with Mary or with Sarah is a little bit blurred in terms of who is doing the prompting. But the key thing is the nature of the prompt and the nature of the exchange. Do you know, when you see a baby being spoon-fed by a parent, for the baby the experience is, taste this, I love you. So for Angelina to have this type of exchange and interaction and encouragement and duet, for the 18-month-old Angelina, it feels like, sing with me, I love you. And this is how Angelina understands music. Look at all the following quotes to reconfirm this.
Sang for de barna som har ikke noe klær, har ikke noe mat. Det betyr som å puste for meg. Eller jeg bare elsker singen. Kjærlighet betyr alt.
For those of you who want to see this unedited performance, it's the first link in the description. We're so lucky to have all this footage from Angelina Jordan very early on. The family were probably doing it the way families collect photos and albums. But because of Angelina's extraordinary development, this has become a very rich source of joy and understanding to all her fans. We will continue to get joy and understanding from Angelina in the future. Okay, gang. I'm out of here. I'll catch you later. Bye.